Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Burnt Church. I hope everybody's doing good today. It's overcast bad here and pretty cool. I'd say it's probably at 40 degrees right now, maybe a little warmer. Well, I had some friends ask me about this building here, and I had it in the little video the other day asking if anybody knows what it was. And there was one of my friends, she got it right. BC Homesteading wanted to know if it was a smokehouse. And that's what it is, it's smokehouse. It's one that I just kind of throwed together 3 years ago now, I guess it was. 2 years ago, in 2020. That was the last hog that we butchered, and we needed a little smokehouse. So I throwed this one together out of some sawmill wood that we had here at home. And it done real good for that hog. Now it's not big enough if you was going to do more than one big hog, and it barely helped that one. But now it was a big hog. It was probably around 550 pounds. It was just about perfect for that size. I'll get my tape measure out here and I'll show you some measurements on it. We almost lost it the other day in our fire that got out. It burned all up here around it. I got lucky and got the water hose out here and got it sprayed to stop it from getting this little smokehouse. I did have it set up on these concrete blocks. The tornado that we had in the spring blowed it down off the blocks, and I had to set it back up. I need to get it back up on these blocks so the fire ant don't get a hold of it. It's right at 50 inches wide this way. And it's 81 inches tall here. We'll look and see how deep it is this way. So it's 42.5 inches deep this way. And back here on the back, it's 73 inches. So it falls from whatever I said there, 81 to 73 is the slope of the roof. I think you can see these blocks now. That's what I did have it set up on to keep it off the ground, because if you live in the south, any wood that touches the ground, fire ants is going to get all over it. So I need to get this back up. It's just built out of pine that we sawed out here at the mill. It was a little bit green when I built it, and it has warped up some. Before I use it again, I'll have to probably do a little repair on it. Between it being the green pine and the tornado blowing it down, some things has gotten a little warped on it. This was my pipe. I had an elbow here. I've since took this elbow and I've been using it on my blacksmith. But I had an elbow here tying it to there. This is just an old grill. It's a real heavy grill. It's made out of about 3/8 inch steel. And I would just build a small fire in here and the smoke would go into the smokehouse. Now it worked real good like that too. It surprised me. I'll show you the inside in there in just a minute. Everybody that sees it out here asks me, is it an outdoor toilet? It's kind of shaped like the old-timey outdoor toilets. But you can see I've got several ways of locking it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ways of locking it. These here little locks are just made because the door is a little warped, and I made them to pull it in flat where mice can't get inside of it. I've got it sealed everywhere to keep mice from being able to get in, because if you don't, they'll get in there and they'll chew on your meat. And this deadbolt lock, that's for people. Back years ago, most people out here in the country had a lock on their smokehouse. They had trouble with people stealing it. If you didn't have it locked up, people would come and steal your meat. So that's the reason for the lock. I'll show you the inside of it here now. Now I've used it for a little bit of storage here. I found these windows at the dump the other day, and I brought them home. I'm going to use them in a project that I'm going to be doing here before much longer. So right down here you can see this is my pipe that comes in from my grill out there that puts the smoke in. I've got it turned and elbowed up. That'll help pull the smoke out of the grill. And whenever I would fire that grill up, it wouldn't take but a few minutes and this smokehouse would be full of smoke. I think you can see these holes right there. That's the holes that I've drilled in the top of it. And I've got some screen wire nailed over the outside to keep anything from getting in there. That's to help let some of the smoke out. And I think it helps it draw. It'll draw more of the smoke out of the grill that way. Because I have took spray foam. I don't know if y'all can see it or not on the video, but I have spray foamed every crack of daylight that I could see to make it as tight as I could. This is our crackling stirring stick. We made this probably 20 or more years ago, and that's what we stir our cracklings in our big cast iron kettle. I keep it inside of here. As you can see here, there's not much room in here. I've got 2 shelves. These shelves is where we start salt curing our meat. You'll put a layer of salt down inside here, and then you lay your meat in there and you cover it over with salt. Or at least that's how we do it. You want salt under it, over it, and all around it. That's why the walls is built up so big on these. So we have 2 shelves. That's pretty much perfect for the hams and middlings and shoulders. A lot of times we don't keep the shoulders, we'll put them in the sausage. So most of the time it's just 2 hams, 2 middlings, and if I keep the fat back and the hog jaw. So this holds that pretty much perfect on one hog. What I've done here is I've made these shelves to where they can be taken out. After you get your meat cured under the salt, we take it out of the salt, brush it off, and hang it up in here. We'll take a wire or a good string and hang the meat in here after the salt cure is done. That's what this board's for. I've got these screws, and you can see right here, here's one of the wires left. But once the shelves come out, this board will lay across here, and you can hang it right there off of it. I would take the shelves out for you, but they're pretty hard to get in and out. I should have made them just a little bit shorter. I made them just a little bit too tight, and they're real hard to get in and out, so I'm not going to take them out right now. The floor of it is just out of cedar, and we've put tar paper under it to seal any cracks that would be in the floor. But it worked real good. I was real happy with it. The only problem would be is if you do more than 1 hog, you need a little bit bigger smokehouse. I'll try to get you over here and show you on the inside a little bit better. This is the inside up at the top of it. I'm sorry for the light. It's just a real dull day out here, but you can see up in here where I put the spray foam, and there's the holes. I've got screen nailed over the outside of them. Down in there is what this first shelf looks like. There's probably 18 inches between the top shelf and the bottom shelf right here. And down there is what the floor looks like. I tried to use real dry cedar boards, and I put them together as tight as I could. Now there is a little daylight you can see shining through right over here. And that's part of it being warped a little bit that I was talking about earlier. I'll need to fix that before we put meat in here again. You can also hang the meat from these rafters right here. We've hung it from them too. So you hang from up here down, and then you lay that other board across in here, and you can hang more below it. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the the tour of our little smokehouse here. And I sure do thank you for asking to see it. Anything you see in my videos, just ask, and I'll try my best to do a video of them if it's to where I can. That's what I like about YouTube, is making friends on here. And if I see something on y'all's videos or something, I'll ask to see what it is. You know, that's what the community's all about. So I sure do thank you for asking about the smokehouse. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. But I'm going to get back in the shop where it's a little bit warmer. I thank y'all for watching. I pray God blesses you, and I'll see you in the next one.